Shalom to Rabbi Zev Goldstein, the Chief Rabbi of South Africa.
Shalom to you and to all of your viewers and listeners.
So we're talking now about the Shabbat. Tell us how you were able to get so many people in South Africa to observe the Shabbat.
Well, we set aside one Shabbat. It was Pashat Lech Lecha a few weeks ago, and we did a campaign, went throughout the whole community and throughout the country for the whole community to keep one Shabbat together. And the response was amazing. I mean, I'm an optimist by nature, but I was amazed at the response. People, thousands and thousands of people, the vast majority of the community kept Shabbat together, and most of them for the very first time in their lives.
Now, we're not talking only about a Friday night meal, which is also very important, but we're actually talking about observing the halachot, the Jewish laws of the Shabbat.
Yeah, firstly we had to explain, so we put out a booklet, published a booklet of an essay setting out exactly how to keep Shabbat if you've never kept it before in your life. My wife wrote an article trying to help people prepare their homes and prepare for their, for the cooking and how to do it, and we try to set it out in an attractive and easygoing way. And also I think people responded to the challenge, to the say, this was something really new and novel to try a new experience. And also because I think out of all of the mitzvot that we have, Shabbat has the most compelling message for modern times, where people are searching for togetherness in a world of fragmentation. And Shabbos is a gift. It's the only mitzvah that the Gemara calls a matana, a gift from Hashem. And it has such a powerful message for today's times, giving people access to something that they cannot get in their lives if they don't have this. And I think that's its compelling message of Shabbos that really broke through all of the noise and connected with people.
How was the response?
It was an amazing response. I mean, so many people did it, and the quality of the responses, it's one thing to get people to do it, would they enjoy it? And there was such an outpouring that we started a campaign called My Story, where people wrote in their stories, and we posted that on the internet. People told their stories and posted their videos on Facebook. There was an enormous amount of conversations taking place, people saying that it was the most wonderful day, and their families connected, and families sat around the table for the first time in their lives without being interrupted. And people really appreciated that. And so it was such a powerful response from people.
Now, this week you participated in the big conference of rabbis and community leaders which took place in Israel, and you're aiming for the next stage.
Yeah, because since the Shabbos project, we had emails pouring in from all over the world, more than 20 emails from different rabbis and communities wanting to do the Shabbos project. And so, what I presented today at this conference is that for next year, Pashat Lech Lecha, the idea is for all of us together, all around the world, the whole of Am Yisrael, to keep one Shabbat together. And I think that has tremendous power. There's already this outpouring that's come from all parts of the world, and I think here in Israel it can be so powerful, in spite of the conventional wisdom that there are these huge divisions between secular and religious. I think maybe even because of that, there's a deep thirst for Moreshet Israel, for Yahadut, for Jewish values, for Jewish heritage. Shabbos belongs to all of us. Hashem gave it to all of Klal Yisrael.
Now, all this, of course, reminds us of an important saying of our sages regarding observing 2 Shabbatot.
Yeah, and it's what, I think Shabbos is a mitzvah that can be revolutionary and transformative. That's what our sages mean in the Gemara when it says, if the Jewish people were to keep 2 Shabbatot, then there'd be immediate redemption. And it's not about how to play games of bringing Mashiach. That's in God's hands, how and when the final redemption will come. But what Chazal are teaching us is that out of all the mitzvahs, this has the greatest power to completely transform Klal Yisrael more than any other mitzvah that there is.
Rabbi Zev Goldstein, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, and I look forward to partnering with you and all of your listeners and viewers.